It's a skill that kind of does it all, in my opinion. I always tell my players that if they don't have balance and they don't have control, they can't have power. Those are the two main ingredients for power, in my opinion. And the power pull really works on those skills specifically. It also forces the player to have body awareness, which I think is a skill in itself. Being able to put pressure when asked, or pull a shoulder back, or lean a little bit more. The more we get to practice those types of body awareness skills, the better player we're going to be ultimately. It's a leg burner. It builds strength in the leg, especially when we do difficult variations. There's an agility and quickness to it. It strengthens other skating elements, and we'll go over that towards the end of the presentation. And I believe it can be introduced at the most beginning of levels, especially with a 2-foot slalom. The sooner we can get players to understand that their edges can generate power, the better they're going to be as they get older. It's fun, it's engaging. Whenever I say, hey, we're working on power pulls today, for whatever reason, the players seem to light up and very willing to work on it.
All right, now we're here on the ice. I think a place where we all feel a little bit more comfortable. We are in Randolph, New Jersey at Sports Care Arena. It's early, it's 6 a.m. It's typical for Heat to be on the ice this early. Here today I have with me Muggy Bars. He's a 2007 AAA New Jersey Devils defenseman, just recently named to be part of the All-Star game for the AYHL, so congratulations, Muggy. And we also have Emily Janiga, former women's professional hockey player, now turned Heat instructor. And we're just going to run you through kind of the progression of start to finish on how we introduce power pulls, drills we like to do in addition to that, and yeah, follow along. So before we even get into power pulls, we like to go over a warm-up drill for ankle mobility and hip mobility. It's a drill we do every single morning when we're out here. The skater is going to perform an inside swizzle, get their feet underneath them, and then roll the ankles out to that outside edge. Muggy and Emily, go ahead and start that. Go ahead down the ice, down in those knees, hips and ankles. He's going to swizzle, roll, and hold. Don't get the feet too close together here. I'd like to see shoulder width apart. Good. Staying down in the knees, hips, and ankles. Using that inside edge heel for power. Good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that drill and add a dip to it. So it just gives us a little bit more stretch, a little bit more mobility. So when the feet come together, okay, now what the player is going to do is drop all the way down and spread those knees apart, okay? Let's go ahead and do that forward. And drop, 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 drop. Good. We're focusing on really opening up the knees and the hips. And holding. Good. Nice, Muggy. Down, down, down. Good. Awesome. That's it. Good. And of course, I demonstrated that just recently backwards. Well, we can do this all backwards as well. Okay? Keep that head up, chest up. We want that head in between the legs when we're backwards. Good. Okay, that's a good warm-up. The very first skill we'll introduce for the power pull is the 2-foot slalom. And before we even do that, I like the player to understand exactly what their hips and shoulders and knee and ankle action will be doing before we even get into the drill itself. So typical drill we like to have the players do is take their stick, okay? They're gonna hold it like handlebars. I want it to be parallel with the wall in front of them. And what we're gonna do first, before we add any hip, knee, ankle action, is just take our upper body, leave it in this parallel position, and have the toes pivot to the left, and then have them go to the right. Okay, so without any knee bend, Muggy, why don't you go ahead and start that? So he's just getting that twisting action, right, from one direction to the next.